And have you ever seen anything advertised on TV, or you see someone wear something in movies you might like to buy? Right? You ever see anything on TV you might like to have? Right? You know, advertising is a big part of what makes TV go, right? Advertising is what really pays for the shows that are on. And there's even advertising in movies now, too. Have you ever seen a movie where the actor will be saying something and he'll pick up like a Diet Coke, you know, as called product placement? Has anyone here ever seen a movie where some of the characters are smoking in the movie? It's pretty common, isn't it? It's pretty common, right? And it turns out it was a big secret for a long time, but now we know that tobacco companies used to pay the Hollywood producers to show the actors smoking in the movies. They would pay to help make the movies. They would pay to have the actors shown with their cigarettes. Because some of what we think is cool in life comes from what we see in the movies, right? Clothes that people wear, the music they listen to, our sense of what's cool and what's not cool is shaped in part by what's in the movies. So for a long, long time, going back many, many years, the tobacco companies would pay to have cigarettes shown in the movies. And that's one of the things that we have stopped, that they have been forced to stop doing as a result of the agreement that Governor Gregoire and other attorneys general entered into with tobacco companies about 10 years ago. And it's tougher to get cigarettes than it used to be. The rules are stricter, they're enforced more. You have to be how old to buy cigarettes? 18, right? But there's one place, not on TV, not in the movies, not in magazines that are magazines for young people, where the tobacco companies are still out there selling a lot of cigarettes. Anyone know what it is? Way up there, the young lady with blonde hair, right there. The internet, that's exactly right. A t-shirt for her, that's exactly right. Does anyone here ever use the internet? Oh yeah, everybody does, right? You know what? The evidence shows that young people, like all of you, are on the internet more, and on your computers more, and on video games more than you're watching TV. So the tobacco companies are shifting more and more to the internet as a place to market, if they can get away with it, and sell cigarettes. So here's what we're going to do in January. My office and I have written a bill that we hope to become a law to make it illegal to sell cigarettes on the internet in Washington State. It's now my privilege to introduce to you someone who I admire very much, someone who's been a leader on the issue of reducing tobacco use. Because of the work that Governor Gregoire did when she was Attorney General, the number of young people smoking in our state has fallen by about half, and the number of people smoking in our country has fallen by about half of young people. The number of adults smoking has fallen by 25%. That's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people who will not die from tobacco-caused illnesses because of the work that our governor did when she was Attorney General, and that she continues to do as the governor of the great state of Washington, Christine Gregoire.
Well, I got to tell you, when I was Attorney General, like Mr. McKenna, I remember when I was thinking about suing the tobacco companies, and I asked them to come into my office and see me. And it's a conversation I think that you ought to hear. So they come in, and they want to meet with me, and they're trying to convince me not to sue. And I say to them, well, who do you think you're advertising to when you advertise using Joe Camel? And they said, we know you think we're advertising to kids, but we're not. But as long as others are selling to kids, we have a right to advertise to make sure they use our brand of cigarettes. To which I said, you've got to be kidding. Now, I want you to know that for a long time, before I got involved in this issue 10 years ago, we started to try and get people to understand that they shouldn't use this product, that it was deadly, that it was really very bad for them and for their entire family, because others in the same room get impacted by a smoker. But there was one reason why we've been able, with the amazing leadership of folks like Mary Selecki and Attorney General Rob McKenna, who've carried the fight forward, there's one reason different than anything that has ever been done in history that has led to this dramatic change. This dramatic change. So that Washington State has gone from 20th in the country in terms of youth smoking to now the 6th lowest in the country. There's one main reason for the difference. You. You are the difference. This is about having the youth of America stand up to the tobacco companies and say, you're wrong, we're not going to let you do this to us anymore, we're going to stop it and we're going to take control of it. And that, with Mary and what she's been able to do with her leadership, and Rob with his leadership, and what has really made the difference.